Hello, today we're going to talk about the confidence that boxing gives you and the mindset that you need to develop as a boxer and the mindset that it gives you after you've started boxing, which obviously all leads together into the confidence and the mindset of being a boxer, whether that's just for fitness, whether it's for self-defense, whether you're going to start competing, sparring, anything like that. It's a very broad spectrum that we're going to cover to talk about the confidence and the mindset involved to be a boxer. So what you have to remember about boxing is your confidence comes from your preparation. It's not being able to tell everyone that you can box. You have to know that you can box. You've done the training, you've done the learning of the skills, you've done all that. So the confidence comes from obviously being able to put all your skills together into one fundamental workout or whatever, and you'll feel confident within yourself. The balance can create the confidence. The balance, not so much the balance is in the boxing stance balance, the balance that it gives you within your own mind will also give you confidence. It lets you believe in yourself. It gives you that mental balance to believe in yourself, to know that you can either spar, compete, look after yourself, or just train for fitness to a good level. You have to remember the fundamentals are your safety net, the basics, going back to stance, guard, all that, that's your safety net. If all the flashy stuff isn't working that you try and all the new stuff, just go back to your fundamentals. Go back to hands up, feet in good shape, chin tucked down, moving forward. Simple things done well, like your fundamentals, like we've just been saying, they build belief in yourself. I know that I can go back to my basics and look after myself at all times. If I'm trying some stuff that isn't quite working, inspiring or whatever, I know I can go back to my basics and they'll always work well for me. Confidence grows through the repetition. So I think it was a Bruce Lee quote: fear not a man that has practiced 10,000 kicks, but a man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So rather than being able to throw a flashy 5-punch combination, throw 100 jabs, 100 perfect jabs, and you know you've got a perfect jab. Then move on to your right hand, throw 100 perfect right hand. The anxiety that you feel and the tension that you feel it's usually fear, it's usually anxiety, it's not effort, it's not you're hyperventilating. Like I mentioned the other day, you're hyperventilating because you're not feeling relaxed within yourself, which comes with your breathing. Just relax and concentrate on what you're doing, not concentrate on what's coming next or what happened previously. Concentrate on what's happening. The consistency of training will help you build trust within yourself. So like I've just been saying, you know that you've done it, you know that you've done all the rounds, you know that you've done the running, or you know that you've simply basically practiced the perfect 1-2. As long as you know you've done that, you've got the confidence in yourself. Another thing of confidence is it gets louder mentally and quieter on the outside. I'll give you an example. I've had one fight outside of a boxing ring my entire life, because when we were out having a drink, or if anything was happening, any problems, people would say, oh, they're fighting. But my mindset was, I know I can fight. I don't need to go and prove it now in front of all these people. I prove it in the ring. So that's where my confidence came from. I know I can look after myself. I know I can protect those around me. I don't need to go and knock a random guy out. Do you know what I mean? It's not how it works. And the long-term confidence comes from the identity of being a fighter. Even if, like I say, you're not going to compete, even if you're a little bit older and you're just doing it for, again, self-defense or fitness, whatever, the long-term identity that being confident with your boxing gives you is a positive thing, because it helps you massively to feel confident within yourself. Now, this leads into being calm. Calm always beats aggression. If you watch fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, fighters like that, who are predominantly master counterpunchers, they were always calm. They always had that calm, almost arrogant look on the face. They always had that look about them, but they knew they were zoned in on the moment, and you weren't going to take them out that moment by growling at them. Usyk is a prime modern day example. All the build up to the Usyk v Fury fights, Fury was gazing at him and licking his tongue and all that, and Usyk was just looking at him going, kind of basically his face just said, what are you doing? So that's the calm beating the aggression all the time. Mistakes, they're not a failure. They are, as long as you are recognizing your mistakes, which leads back to video yourself for a minute on the bag and be massively critical of yourself and pick up, right, when I threw that jab, my hand came back down here, or when I threw that right hand, I didn't quite turn it over. The mistakes are your feedback. They're not there to go, oh, I'm not very good, I keep making all these mistakes. There was a time when I couldn't box and I had to learn, and when I was learning to box, camera phones like they are now weren't as prevalent, but my coach was always wrong, and he wasn't doing it to go, you're crap. He was doing it to say, do it right. Let your mistakes that you pick up on yourself and other people may pick up on as well, don't let them knock your confidence, let them be feedback. Leading back into that one I've just said, everything feels awkward at first. Everything you do feels awkward at first. You always feel like everyone's watching you, or Jimmy Jones over there's got a better jab than me. Yeah, but because Jimmy Jones probably been doing it longer than you. Everyone feels awkward when they first walked into the gym. You know, it's like if I went doing a karate class now, for example. I don't know karate. So I'm going to feel awkward if I walk into a karate class and start mixing with a lot of purple belts and black belts and stuff like that. I'm going to feel awkward. Don't let the mistakes and don't let the feeling that you have stop you from doing something that you want to do. You don't need to be perfect to improve. You know, the adjustments that you make when you've made the mistakes will build your skill up. That's what mistakes are for. Mistakes are there to be made, but they're also there to be learned from. So keep the hands up, keep them chin tucked down. If you throw that jab wrong and you make that mistake 1,000 times, the 1,001st time you get it right, that's when it'll stick. That's when it'll click. The bad sessions that you have where you make all these mistakes, they build your skill. You know, they make you better for making the mistakes. So don't be disheartened when you're making these mistakes, because comparing yourself to other people will just kill it all off. You know, focus on what you're doing. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Just worry about what you're doing on that big red punch bag. I'm doing this and this is what I'm doing. Don't worry about anybody else. The mindset improves when goals are realistic. So don't think you're going to look like Alexander Usyk and Vasily Lomachenko and Floyd Mayweather and, you know, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. You're not going to look like these after doing, for example, we're on day 29 now, aren't we? So after 29 days of boxing with me, you're not going to learn how to box like them guys, but you were damn sight better than you were when you started 29 days ago. So don't compare yourself to all those people. Be realistic with your goals, be realistic with your mindset, be realistic with your goals, and think, tomorrow I'm going to throw 10 perfect jabs. That's the mindset that you need. That comes with being patient though. You've got to be patient. You've got to relax. Like I say, you're not going to be a master boxer overnight. You're not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen. You've got to be patient and work. Boxing is a lifelong skill. Not only is it a lifelong skill that you can carry with you for life, it's also a lifelong lesson. You're always in class when you're boxing. I've been boxing for a long time, and I still watch fights back now, and I'm listening to the commentary, and the commentary guys will point something out, and I go, oh yeah, he did that. I'm learning all the time. You're training to understand, not to survive. You know, learning beats the exhaustion. You want to be tired at the end of a session. You do. You need to be tired at the end of a session. Otherwise, particularly if you're doing it for fitness reasons, you haven't really worked. But don't blow out in the first 30 seconds of a round and spend the last minute and a half or minute of the round, however long you've got left, just throwing silly little punches, because you're not learning anything. You've done 30 seconds of probably what's average work because you punched like buggery, and then you've learned nothing for the last 30 seconds. This comes with emotional control. So you can't get angry at yourself for making mistakes. You can't get angry at yourself for losing your temper. You know, you can't get angry at yourself for not getting it right the first time. Like I say, the Bruce Lee quote, fear not a man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Get it right. You don't need to get it right first time, but going back to the mindset thing, make sure you get it right at some point, and then when you get it right, keep doing it right. I hope that's helped you with your confidence. I hope that's helped you with your mindset for boxing. If it has, please please comment underneath how you're feeling about your boxing. Subscribe to the channel, it massively helps. If you can give this a share, even better. That helps the algorithm, helps me grow the channel. I like to feel like I've got a lot of boxing knowledge that I can pass on in this online world. So if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, really boost this video up the algorithm, I've been massively grateful. It'll be much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you tomorrow.